What's up, everyone? Welcome to the Chinacat show. I'm the Chinacat. I'm going to say this ahead of time. I am sorry my voice is not working out too good. The air quality in LA is kind of shitty, so if I sound a little raspier than usual, that's why. But what's up, everyone? Hope everyone is having a great Sunday. October, one more week until Halloween. Got some cool stuff for you today. And we do have a Florida man, only because I gave Florida a break for 1 week because of the hurricane. And I just felt it would be weird to make fun of a place that just got destroyed by, well, it was Helen or something. So, but you guys get 1 week. Then I'm go back to making fun of you. So, lots of stuff today. I made another video last night, which was going to be this video. But I decided, well, I'm having a problem with the thumbnail, but it's going to be a reaction video of mine. I'm reacting to, I forget what I reacted to. That, and I reacted to Asmund Gold's $2 steak. And if you guys don't know who Asmund Gold is, he's a live streamer. Started out playing WoW and stuff, but I enjoy his streams. I enjoy he does more like reaction videos now than he does playing World of Warcraft or anything. But I do enjoy watching him, and he's fun to watch. He's an enigma in life. I'll just say that. But yeah, let's pop in here. First up is ham sandwiches is not vegan. Did not know that. I literally thought they grew on a tree. I really hope this isn't like a real article. Like, this is like out of the onion. This is legitimately out of the fucking onion. Yeah. On Tuesday afternoon, Denver public schools confessed to parents and the district had an incident that has not been very kosher. If anyone knows anything about ham, I think, isn't it that Jewish people can only have like pork products if they're kosher? I don't really know that very well. So, yeah, I'm not Jewish. I mean, I did get brought up Roman Catholic, Irish Catholic, whatever, but I'm pretty much like, I don't believe in much. I believe in afterlife, just believe in a dude up in the sky and stuff. And if I'm wrong, fuck it. I say I'm wrong, but till that day, pretty much. That made absolutely no sense. I don't even know why I even said that. But yeah, the school served kids ham and cheese croissants for breakfast and labeled the sandwiches vegetarian on the menu according to the letters sent to parents. Okay, so what idiot labeled that shit? Like, you don't see ham has been slimy. I don't like ham. I don't like pork. I think eating pork is disgusting because pigs bathe in their own shit, dude. And the only pork thing I would eat is probably bacon. And even then, I don't eat much bacon. I do like bacon, but I don't eat much of it. I mean, it's still bad for you too. But yeah, I can't believe there's had to be a mistake somewhere. We sincerely apologize to the unattended serving of pork to students who avoid it, wrote Teresa Hafner. It's not a good last name. The district executive director of enterprise management. That's a title right there. The sandwiches were served to kids in the breakfast, in the classroom, and grab-and-go programs. The sandwiches were served to kids in the breakfast, in the classroom, and grab-to. Why did they just say served to kids at breakfast? Like, we don't need to know where they fucking eat. I mean, I would think it's like, the lunch hall or something. That way we had a lunch hall. Somewhat, yeah. Sandwiches served to kids in the program, blah, blah, blah. The error wasn't just at the single school, but district-wide. The DPS is uncertain whether students who don't eat ham actually ate the sandwiches. Like I said, I think like really the biggest deal, like it says down here, is people of Jewish descent and people who are Muslim too, because they don't do that either. So that really sucks. The way I look at it, man, if you didn't know, would your God actually get angry for that? Like if you didn't know and it was a mistake, I'm sure your God would be perfectly fine knowing that it was a mistake and it's not your fault. Not like you went out and looked for a ham sandwich. Again, I don't even like fucking ham. But I'm sure it's fine. It sucks though. But everyone makes mistakes. Misidentifying meat as vegetarian isn't only a problem for vegetarians, which is true. Even though I don't care for vegetarians, I'm not the people. I just don't care. I don't see it. I don't get the point. It's also a big deal for Jewish kids who follow the kosher law and Muslim kids who follow the halal. I think I'm saying that right. Halal law, which again they don't. I don't think they even eat cow either. Muslim people. I think it's like chicken and stuff. Maybe it was the pig. I'm not sure. We recognize this was a severe oversight on our part. Yeah, pretty severe, dude. And we profoundly understand the religious importance of abstaining from pork in some cultures. Hefner's added. The district was reviewed the October menu to make sure other foods weren't improperly labeled. The Food and Nutrition Services is also beefing up its recipe and menu reviews, clearly labeling items that contain pork and giving extra training for food service teams. You guys don't do they have to have serve safe. They have to, man. I mean, for people that don't know, I cooked for many, many years. I still actually do have my serve safe, even though I don't cook anymore, and I don't see myself working in the food industry anytime soon, unless I'm opening my own restaurant or my own food truck. That's the only time you're gonna get me back in the kitchen cooking for other people. I love cooking for myself. I love cooking for my girlfriend, my friends. I love giving them food. Food's like I said, the video is going to be coming up today. This is not the only video coming out today. I did say, food's an art form. Chefs are artists. That's what made like Anthony Bourdain amazing. That's what made Marco Pierre White amazing. Gordon Ramsay. I enjoy Gordon Ramsay. The dude can cook, but he makes everything way too fucking complicated. And any chef would say this, but yeah, no, it's art form. Not everyone's going to be good at something like that. So yeah, I would think these people would actually have some serve-safe training, and they legitimately cross-contamination and shit. It's a real fucking thing. When we worked at a restaurant, we had a separate area for vegan options and stuff. I helped out in a vegan restaurant for a little bit. Awesome food. She cooked like a motherfucker. So good. And it was vegan too, and it was so good you didn't even give two fucks. So, not all vegan food's bad, but you gotta be fucking careful with this shit. Especially when people who are allergic to stuff to you. That's a big deal. And then religious things too. So, we sincerely apologize for any offense or discomfort that this may have caused, Hefner wrote. Really, the only discomfort would be the vegans, because when you don't have food for a long time, and I've known vegans that went back to eating meat, it was mostly like a dietary thing, like, the meat wasn't great and stuff, which is another reason why some people don't eat red meat and stuff. For some parents, apologize worked. We did receive positive response after we sent out a message from a mother who is vegan and whose student is vegan. DPS spokesperson Scott Preble wrote to the Denverite. I'm guessing that's like a news station or something. She was thankful for the acknowledgement of the error and notifying the community, which you should always do that. I do question this. Was her student, was that a choice on her part to become vegan, or was it forced down? Because that's the thing I hate the most, is seeing I get there's reasons why people go vegan and stuff, animal cruelty, and I tend to try to go through local butchers and knowing that, everything's, animals were taken care of and they were happy and stuff before, they bring nutrition to me, and I like that. I don't like big corporate. I think that shit's disgusting. But I like steak, so I can't give up. But I question this because I know vegans that I've met who legitly will not let their kid eat meat. Like they force them to be vegan, which I think is child purity. They just like religion, like forcing your kid to be religious is, again, I think child abuse. But yeah, no, it's crazy. How you mislabel ham. I mean, you see the sandwich. I mean, vegan ham is, you can tell vegan ham from regular fucking ham. They say vegan ham. My girlfriend just told me there was vegan steak. And she'd asked me how I make my special. I make Philly cheesesteaks better than people in Philly. No offense, guys. I'm sure I might get a lot of flack for that one. But yeah, she was telling me, how you make your steak sandwiches, baby. And I was like, well, first, you want to chop up some, onions, peppers, and then you want to take that vegan steak and then throw it in the trash and actually go buy a fucking steak. Which, she laughed, and I also, I told her how to do it, but I didn't know there was vegan steak. I'm trying to think of, so there was a certain vegan meat. It was a burger that I had, and it was fucking delicious. Black bean burger. I do eat black bean burgers. They are fucking delicious. I would love to learn how to make them myself. But yeah, no, I'm glad they, went through and, made this right. Because again, religious is the big part. And, vegans, people that don't eat meat ever in their life, they can get fucking sick, man. They can get sick. You ask any vegan that, went back to eating, red meat or chicken, they would tell you, yeah, they get sick, man. And some people that don't. It is what it is. But yeah, no, hopefully they learn the lesson and maybe get somebody that have Surf Safe. I'm not sure how Denver, Colorado works. And I would care not to know how Colorado works because I don't really like Colorado. Boulder was fun. I've been to Boulder. Great time in Boulder. I like the people, but I don't know. I don't really. It's too earthy, crunchy for me. I used to be all hippie, and now I kind of grew away from that. I still love the Dead, and I always love Jerry and Bobby and stuff. But yeah. Some of those hippies, dude. They're like, how dare you have a computer? How dare you have electronics? How dare you advance in life? But on to the next thing. I saw this a couple of days ago, and I keep seeing pop up. I kind of want to do a deep dive on this. I'm like, how many times has this happened? This scares the shit out of me. Kentucky man's organs were nearly harvested. Then doctors realized he was still alive. So this dude was legitimately, I guess he was brain dead. He came back to it. Who was that lady that they pulled the plug on, and then there was a big controversy. But the poor lady was suffering anyways. Please pull the plug on me if I ever go that. If I'm ever brain dead and there's no coming back from it, you better pull that fucking plug because I'm gonna come back and haunt the fuck out of you. But yeah, I was reading this, so I guess the dude was he was either brain dead or he was pronounced something. And what happened was, I'm going to read it anyways. I'm just going to tell you ahead of time. All the doctors literally quit because it was just this guy sitting here, help me, and they were supposed to do this operation. They all just didn't do it. This dude survived. He's doing great, but fucking scary, man. That's one thing, giving him that, vegetarian, that's a mistake. And this is a fucking mistake. This is a bad mistake. Whoever said this needs to be fucking fired, dude. This is life threatening. Sure, the ham could be life threatening because Guy could have like a reaction, bad reaction, could be allergic. That's still a serious fucking thing. But this is serious. This is fucking serious. And I'm putting the word fuck in front of serious, so you know it's fucking serious. So, oh my god, who is this? Independent. The organs of a Kentucky donor who has been declared dead was ready to be harvested, but then the doctors made a startling discovery. He was still alive. This happened to someone. I remember reading this happened, like, not the harvesting, but like the person was pronounced dead but was still actually alive. It was like a whole error. Like, they even brought the dude down to like the morgue, and he was like, "Yeah, I'm still alive, guys. I was sleeping." I gotta find that. The guy's fine, but it was kind of crazy. He was moving around, kind of thrashing, like moving and thrashing around on the bed. Natasha Miller, an organ preservist in the operating room during the alarming October 2021 incident. Oh, this was 2021? Holy shit, dude. It's 2024. This is old news. Why the fuck are we watching this? When did this come out? 3 days ago. Oh, it's just telling people? Rotary probe bed. Isn't that like, what do you call the iron lungs? Have you ever seen The Big Lebowski when they have to, I forgot, Larry, they find Larry's homework in the dude's car, and then they go over, and it was down the street next to the In-N-Out. I love In-N-Out. I say it every time I say In-N-Out, I love it. And they go, and I think the dude's father used to write on the show, but he was an iron lung. And I think his Walter was like, "Do you still write on the show?" And the dude clearly can't fucking write. So, completely random. But he was moving around kind of thrashing, blah, blah, blah. Miller, who works at the Kentucky Organ Donors Affiliates, the CODA, I'm guessing that's how you say it, told the outlet that 2 doctors refused to perform the organ retrieval after realizing the donor was wrongfully declared dead. Well, I would hope, guys, if you went along with it, that's what I call murder, and you deserve to be thrown in jail for the rest of your fucking life. Or as a person that does love the death penalty, you deserve to be put to death. So glad you guys didn't do that. The procurement surgeon, he was like, "I'm out of it. I don't want to have anything to do with it," Miller said. "It was very chaotic. Everyone was very upset." Yeah, dude. I mean, obviously, just stop doing it and walk out, man. No, it's time for you to go to a different job. Preferably not one in Kentucky for organ transplants. I've been through Kentucky. I never stopped. I have no idea how Kentucky is. It's like North Dakota to me. I have no reason to even go. That's why I've never been to North Dakota. No reason. I'd go to Fargo just so I can be like, I've been to Fargo. And the only reason I know about Fargo is the Coen Brothers movie, Fargo. The one with Steve Buscemi and stuff. Good movie. So, yeah. The procurement surgeon, he was like, "I'm out of it, blah, blah, blah." The patient was 36-year-old Anthony Thomas T.J. Hoover II. That's a fucking beautiful name. You have the same middle name as me. I'm a Thomas, too. I feel for you. I hate my middle name, Thomas. I sound so rich. I may be a bougie person, but that's a little too bougie for me. Who had been admitted to Baptist Health Hospital. And I said bougie. I'm sitting here drinking like a $1 beer. Probably the worst beer. I like bougie shit. When I drink bottom shelf. I'm still one of the people that say plastic bottle vodka tastes the fucking same as Grey Goose. It's all the fucking same, guys. So stop going out and spending fucking $80, $90 on a bottle of vodka. You know what you used to take the $80 and buy? Buy a good scotch, good whiskey. Then top shelf and middle shelf and bottom. Because most people think Jack Daniel's is top shelf. That is below middle shelf. Don't get me wrong, I love my Jack, but that's below middle shelf. That's way better. Knob Creek, I could go down the line. I like my whiskey, so most people know this. Actually, I used to have the Jack Daniels football jersey, like the one that you get like Pop Warner leagues. A lot of people probably won't know what Pop Warner is. I think it's like a Massachusetts thing. And I only know that because the only other person I ever heard say Pop Warner was literally Doug Stanhope and the dudes from Worcester, Massachusetts. Like down the street from where I'm from. Well, grew up, not from. Yeah, so Anthony Thomas, T.J. Hoover II, who had been admitted to the Baptist Health Hospital in Richmond, Kentucky earlier that day after a drug overdose. So that fucking sucks. His sister Donna, her sister Donna told the outlet, Donna recalled a flicker of concern when as her brother was being taken out of intensive care unit to an operation room. She recalled seeing him open his eyes, then begin darting around the room, It was like it was his way of letting us know, hey, I'm still here. Well, yeah, dude. I mean, if I see a dude moving around, yeah, I know you're alive. In the operation room, Miller recalled the case coordinator phoning her supervisor at CODA for help once they saw signs of life. The supervisor insisted that the case coordinator needed to find another doctor to do it. So they legitly, even after knowing that this poor dude was still alive, they still were trying to get a doctor to rip out his organs. That is fucked, dude. That is fucked in so many levels. I mean, the level of fuckiness of this is just through my ceiling, and my ceiling's pretty high. Or I'm just really short. One of those two. Yeah, that's fucked. 100%. Ultimately, the organ retrieval was canceled. Hoover now lives with his sister, his legal guardian. Hoover is safe, but the shocking moment stuck with CODA workers, some of whom quit after the incident. I would too. Knowing I'm working for a fucking place that would literally send somebody to their fucking death just so they can get the, organs. That's almost black market shit. Because, I mean, people always talk about sex trafficking with vans and stuff. They do that shit with fucking organ harvesting. Like, there are people getting kidnapped in vans, and they kill them, and they take the fucking heart, and it's on, like, the deep web for, like, fucking couple thousand. Close up to 50,000. Yeah, I've seen these websites. I'm an avid user of the dark web. I like to look at like crazy. There's a lot of like there's a lot of other things like guns and other shit on the dark web, like political, kind of like people in like South Korea. If they can get on, they put like little things that us Americans wouldn't know because they keep it so hush hush. A lot of countries do that, so that's why dark web is a very good thing. It's for people, who are having problems with their politics, that like killing people, and they put it on the dark web for other people to know because they're not allowed to do that or they get fucking murdered. So, but that also this type of shit. Because I'm not saying that's what they're doing, but it's pretty fucking close. I've dedicated my entire life to organ donation and transplant. It's very scary to me now that these things were allowed to happen. It is, and there are not more in place to protect donors. Organ preservist Nico, I don't even know how you say your fucking name. That is very Russian. I'm guessing it's Russian. Well, I'm going to call him Miss Martin. I'm guessing it might be a dude. I'm sorry if I gender or whatever you call it. I've never seen this name in my life. It looks like a female's name. But then again, I mean, what, 80s and the 70s, Ashley was a guy's name. I mean, Ash Williams, Evil Dead. Bruce Campbell's character, his name was Ashley Williams. Ash. So, yeah, female names can be males too. But, yeah. a long fucking article. Although she wasn't in that operating room, she told the outlet that she had reviewed the case file because there was a chance she could have been assigned to work for the procedure. Earlier that day, the donor had undergone cardiac catheterization, which is used to evaluate the heart's health. I think they might have spelled that wrong. Before and after the transplant, the donor had woken up during this procedure that morning for the cardiac catheterization, and he was thrashing around on the table. Martin said, "That's fucking scary. I could just not imagine waking up during surgery." Oh, dude, that. I don't have a problem going to surgery. I had one surgery in my life. It was a biopsy on my throat because I had a form of cancer, and they had to take it. And even that scared the shit out of me. Yeah. I mean, but only because the doctor that told me I was going to have this biopsy figured the first fucking thing to tell me was, "You may die from this." I'm like, "Oh, that is great. That's a great way to start a fucking conversation. You may die." I'm like, "Oh, cool. Awesome." You know, I've been through my suicidal days in high school. Now I actually enjoy life and want to be here. So that's, actually, I probably got to blank that out because somebody's going to get offended by the last word. I'm sorry, guys. Yeah, no, it's scary shit. And then just knowing that this poor dude, like, woke up doing it, like, I'm guessing you cut him open and check out the heart and stuff to make sure it's still good. I mean, I always wanted to be an organ donor myself, but the shit I put my body through, yeah, I don't want anyone having. My heart's probably good, knock on wood. Lungs probably not so much because I'm a smoker, and liver, I already know it's kind of fucked. But yeah, but I do have a good brain. I think I do consider myself kind of smart, a little bit, tiny bit. That's everyone's worst nightmare, right? Being alive during surgery and knowing that someone is going to cut you open and take your body parts out. Martin told NPR, "That's horrifying." Ever seen Hannibal when they have the what's his name? I think it's the FBI chief and stuff, and he's all on so many drugs, and Hannibal just takes off top of his head and then starts cooking his brains and stuff. That's why I think. That's what I think about. Good movie too. It was actually I went to the HorrorCon last week. I think it was last weekend, yeah. And somebody had that scene, like I think it was like a light. If I remember correctly, I should take a picture. I should have grabbed a card. I kind of wanted it, but it was a picture of Hannibal and the dude with the brain matter. I fucking love that. I actually seen I saw this video about how they made that scene and stuff. It's kind of crazy and shit because it looks so fucking real. She was so horrible. Excuse me, that's what I'm saying. My voice is not here. She was so horrified that Martin wrote a letter to Congress detailing the incident. The House Energy and Commerce Committee Oversight and Investigations Subcommittee. People really need to stop making these long ass fucking just your committee for whatever investigations held a hearing on September 11th about oversight of organ transplants. September 11th. For this, the committee alluded to Hoover's case, and the witness shared that Hoover, while in the operating room, had reportedly mouthed the words "help me." Oh yeah. Several of us that were employees need to go to therapy. It took a toll on a lot of us, especially me. So the dude was cut open, right? Because first they said he had that catheter thing with the heart, and then he was going to do this, get the fucking shit taken out. So did they actually open him? Well, I'm like completely confused about this. So yeah, no, go Baptist Health. But I mean, if you guys want, I'm gonna link this. I'm not gonna read the whole thing, but yeah, fucking scary, man. There's not much that scares me that much, but this does. Damn. It's mind-boggling that how somebody can be so stupid. I mean, there's ways to check your pulse, check your heart. I mean, there's ways of checking. I don't know anything about like health or whatever, but at least I know how to like check stuff like his pulse. And I did get taught how to do CPR, but I was a camp counselor for like a year, well, for like one summer training. It kind of sucked. I didn't like it, but yeah, that's crazy, man. Crazy, crazy, crazy. But what's even crazier, he's been kicked off a plane for wearing an offensive T-shirt. We're about to find out what offensive T-shirt this person was wearing because I've had many offensive T-shirts. I've never had a problem getting kicked out of anywhere. A Bay Area veteran said that she was shocked and humiliated after being kicked off a Delta flight. I mean, getting kicked off a Delta flight is pretty standard these days, right? Wasn't Kevin Smith kicked off a Delta flight because he was too fat or something? No offense, Kevin Smith. We all love you, but you were fat at one time. I'm pretty sure he was. It was someone. Someone was. And it was someone like I had to buy like 2 seats because they were too big. I mean, if you ever flew, man, those seats are not big. I mean, even me, like, I was sitting in there, like, even me, I'm a tiny guy. I'm like 160. I'm 160 now. I used to be 150. I actually gained weight. I want to gain weight. I need to put some meat on these bones. T-shirt she was wearing the San Francisco International Airport. I flew out there several times. Kathleen Banks was set out to fly out SFO. If she was smart, she'd fly out Oakland. To fly out San Fran sucks ass. Fly out Oakland. If you up in the Bay Area, advice to you, anyone out there, fly out fucking, pay the extra money, fly out the fucking Oakland. Don't fly out fucking San Fran. It's like here. Don't go LAX, go fucking Burbank. Same thing with fucking, Logan Airport. You don't go to Logan. Go down to Connecticut or Hartford. Or up in New Hampshire. It's way easier, dude. Like any big international airport sucks balls to fly out of. I avoid them like the Black Plague. I don't even like flying, but when I have to, I avoid them like the Black Plague. Banks, a Marine vet, Kathleen Banks was set out to fly out of San Francisco Airport on Wednesday before a flight attendant told her the shirt she was wearing was threatening. The shirt read, "Do not give in to the war within, and veterans side." That's offensive. I actually take offense reading that this lady took offense. That's a beautiful fucking T-shirt, and we should all give a fuck about our veterans. They put a lice on the fucking line for us, and anyone that has any disrespect from things said by our army can go fuck yourself. You can go fuck yourself. Man, if I heard this, I'd start yelling at this bitch. Not the veteran, the lady that said this. Like, fuck you and fuck you. That's offensive. You know why she was offended? It was the S word. There's a new thing on YouTube where if you say the S word, which is, that word, to end yourself or, go on to the great beyond in your own, it's offensive to some people. I'm still getting used to this. I'm used to all these words that are not supposed to be offensive, but somehow they're offensive all of a sudden because they trigger people. I don't know. Banks, a Marine Corps vet, said the words on her shirt encompass the work she does for others. So she probably helps out veterans going through like PTSD and stuff, or just getting used to being back in like the civilian world and stuff. A male flight attendant was saying, ma'am, I looked around like, who was he talking to? And it was me. He said, you need to get off the plane. And I was like, what did I do? And Banks said, it wasn't until she got off the plane and on the jet bridge where the flight attendant told her why she was asked to deplane. He said, the shirt you're wearing is threatening. Hold on. Let's go back. Let's read this again. I want to see this threat. That was a threat. Do not give in to the war within. End veteran S word. I do not see one fucking threatening thing about that. What I see is a beautiful fucking thing that we should all fucking care about. Yeah, I'm sure this guy's a piece of shit. Not the Marine, the dude that said that. Like, if you think that's threatening, you should stay in your fucking house. If you think it's a threatening, you're lucky that you weren't there when I flew out of San Fran years ago, like some shit I have. I mean, I hate God shirt. I mean, even my Exorcist shirts scare some people. But then again, I still don't understand how people think that movie is scary. I love The Exorcist. I think it's one of the greatest movies of the time. It's scary only when she does the whole spider walk down the stairs. That shit creeps me the fuck out. But Banks said, "Are you kidding me?" Which it's a beautiful way of saying it. I'm a Marine Corps vet. I'm going to see my Marine sister. I've been in the Marine Corps for 22 years. Thank you for your service. That's awesome. And worked for the Air Force for 15 years. I'm going to visit her, he said. I don't care about your service. I don't care about her service. The only way you get back on a plane if you take it off right now. That is fucked. That is fucked. Who was this guy? Did anyone get this guy's name? I don't condone harassment at all. So don't harass this man. But a dude's a piece of shit. And instead of harassing him, we should all show how much of a guy a piece of shit he is by, making sure the story is known. So I'm glad I'm covering this. This is fucking ridiculous. Banks said she wasn't wearing a bra and had to turn her around so the flight attendant couldn't see the front of her as she put on a sweatshirt. Why you just put the sweatshirt over the t-shirt? That is so stupid. She wasn't allowed on board again. She was allowed on board again, but not to sit in the extra legroom seat for which she had paid extra. Instead, Banks said she was told to sit in the back of the plane. What? If I'm paying money for extra fucking legroom on a Delta flight, I better get my fucking legroom. This is actually why I don't fly Delta. I don't fly Delta. If I have to fly, I'm either flying Virgin Airlines, which is a great flight, and I've had nothing bad to say about them. Always had a great flight. Or there was one time I flew, what was it? United, I think. There was one time I flew, and I was the only fucking person on the plane. There's a picture of me on my Facebook. Only person on the plane. And on top of that, they put me up in first class, and I got free wine the whole time. And again, I was flying from Oakland to fucking Logan. Unfortunately, Logan, because it was the cheapest ticket I could get at that time. But yeah, no, I was the only person on that plane. It was fucking beautiful. If this was Delta, that would not happen. They probably wouldn't even take off. They'd be like, we're not taking off for one asshole going back to Boston. But yeah, no, that's fucking stupid. Delta did not immediately respond to the NBC Bay Area request for a comment on Thursday. Banks later told NBC Bay Area Friday night that Delta reached out to get in an effort to make it right. On Delta's website, the air carrier said it reserves the right to remove passengers from the plane when passengers conduct entire hygiene or order creates a unreasonable risk of offense or annoyance to other passengers. This wasn't the first time Delta had somebody removed off a flight for how they dressed. In March, Lisa Ackbold, I'm guessing that's how you say the name, held a news conference with her attorney, Gloria Allred, and explained on how a Delta flight from San Fran, it seems like it's always from San Fran, there's probably a bunch of offensive people up there, I guess, or people get offended easy. She was asked to deplane due to her choice of clothing. Ackbold said she believed the airline had a problem with her not wearing a bra under her t-shirt, which was told women must cover up. I think it's stupid, but if you could see, like, plainly, yeah, maybe you should. Some people probably shouldn't wear no bras, that one's a little bit, but this was so fucking stupid. How can you kick out a vet for having a t-shirt that actually makes fucking sense? And how are you offended by that? I don't know. It blows my mind. So, yeah, don't fly out of San Francisco airport. Fly out of Oakland. Trust me. Trust me. Yeah, fucking crazy. So the last, before good old Florida man, because we are doing Florida man, and it's about Lieutenant Dan. If you know who Lieutenant Dan is, then you're internet people, and you're one of my people. This guy blew the fuck up. But we will talk about that when we get to that. This is freaking hilarious. Burke returned to Cumbria School Library 113 years overdue. Poetry of Byron, borrowed by schoolboy Leonard Ebrink, who studied at Oxford and was killed at Ypres in 1960. I'm guessing, yeah, World War One. Oh, one of the wars, like I'm gonna guess Britain. Lord Byron, a volume of his poetry borrowed in 1911, was found in Wales and returned to St. Bees School near Whitehaven. What? A book borrowed from the school library before the First World War has finally been returned, more than a century overdue. A copy of the poetry of Byron was found by a man in Carmarthenshire. Britain, why do you have the weirdest fucking names for your towns? Worcestershire. Everything with Shire on it. It's like you guys from the. It's like you guys like got stuck in the Lord of the Rings or something. Like Tolkien was still alive. Like Tolkien was the one who created Britain. That's why it sounds like half the fucking time to me. Every time I read anything for Britain, it's gonna be some weird something Shire or the Isles of Worcester or fucking the Isles of Jersey, because that's the reason I call it New Jersey, because it's Jersey in Britain. Inside the blue cloth-bound book, the name Leonard Ebank was written along with the date 25th of September 1911. Okay, who was born in 1893, was a pupil of St. Bees between 1902 and 1911, before going on to study at the Queen's College, Oxford. I've heard of that. Isn't that where fucking what's his name, Brian May from Queen? Didn't he study that? Because he has a doctorate in astroscience, astrological. He has a doctorate in space stuff that is more advanced than I can comprehend. But yeah, didn't he study at the Queen's College? I'm not sure. Don't take that as like facts or nothing. I'd look that up before you take anything I say for facts. I do try to look up most shit before I say something, but we all not perfect. Especially my English is not perfect. Is people calling me right now? I should probably. Yeah, that is you, baby. I'm sorry, baby. I'm recording my. Yes, baby, I'm texting you right now because I know you're gonna watch this later. So it's like an Easter egg almost. Actually, I kind of wish me and her recorded something yesterday. Oh, not yesterday, fucking Friday. Jesus Christ. I literally woke up, thought it was a Saturday again. I was like, oh, for some weird reason, I don't know. That's probably because I woke up like earlier like at 1 o'clock this morning because I came. They wanted me to fix something with a phone or something, and they were supposed to come back and pay me. Of course, they never paid me. But the guy lives in my building. I can hunt him down. I'll give him my $10, bitch. I want to buy some. Shit, I kind of want to buy a Talon grinder. I kind of want Subway. Without food here. Back to what we were talking about. I'm sorry. Records show that despite his poor eyesight, he was recorded to the 15th Border Regiment in 1915 to fight the First World War. He was killed in battle on the 23rd of February 1916 by a bullet to the head and was buried at the railway dugouts burial ground in Ypres, Belgium, a cemetery that contains the graves of 2,463 troops. Eubank is commemorated in the school's Roll of Honor as an Englishman, brave, honest, and loyal. He must not be that honest if he's stealing books from the library. The school was honored to have the book returned, said the head teacher, Andrew Kep. Kep told the BBC, "It's incredible to think that a piece of St. Bede's history was found his way back to us after all these years. St. Bede's is a 430-year-old co-educated boarding and day school costing £16,000 to about £40,000 a year, which is probably, I mean, Russ Efferman is probably like $41,000 in freedom, in our freedom money. I'm guessing, yeah. Rowan Atkinson's? Rowan Atkinson? Why does that name sound very familiar? Is a former pupil along with two vice chancellors in the University of Cambridge, a number of professors, and 3 Victoria Cross reps. Jesus, fuck, guys. The book featuring the work of Lord Byron, a romantic poet famously described as mad, bad, and dangerous to know, is not the first to be returned to the library after spending a lifetime elsewhere, but it was one of the most overdue books of all time. In May, a book borrowed from the library in Helsinki, Finland. I know it didn't say Finland, but one of my favorite bands is from Helsinki, Reverend Bazaar. I got a tattoo, so pretty sure they're Helsinki. No, they were, no, I was wrong. They're from some small town near Helsinki. Return after 84 years overdue, the finished translation of Sir Arthur Conan Doyle's historic novel The Refugees had been due on the 26th December 1939, a month after the Soviet invasion of Finland. They had a war done during that time where the Finnish went against the Russians, and Finland about won. That's where there's a dude called the White Death. He was a Finnish sniper during that time, and he has like estimated, I think he killed like 200 people in that time. Like he's like a good fucking sniper. I mean, most snipers. I mean, even what's his name? The dude, the American sniper, was based off of that guy, the one who was shot by PTSD. Unfortunately, I think even his count is lower than that. But yeah. Invasion of Finland, so it might not have been the first thing on the borrower's mind. Yeah, no, I mean, we gotta make sure I get this book back, even though the Russians are invading us. We gotta make sure that book got back to the library. Sure, it might not have been the first thing. Henny Strand, a librarian at the Helsinki Oodi Central Library. Sorry, I don't speak Finnish. So, in July, canoe built in glass reinforced plastic by Ellen Bide was returned to Orkney Library more than 47 years later after being found during a house clearance. The library's John Peterson said, "Fortunately, we don't charge overdue fines." That's my question. I want to know how much money. And look, it's Betsy Reed. I swear to God, every fucking time I do something from The Guardian, it's always Betsy Reed. I think he's like a returning character for my show, Betsy. You're a returning character. Maybe I should try to get her on my podcast just to talk to her. Be like, I read so many articles from you, and I don't even realize this half the time. It's probably from England. I'm guessing. I think the Guardian's like an English thing. Oh, it says U.S., but yeah, no, crazy. It's crazy. It's crazy people still return shit like this. But I mean, if the book's that fucking old, I mean, that's historic. That's old. I mean, shit. You know what's crazy? That I just realized. Nintendo's 39 years old. Like the original NES, the NES. Dark Hunt, Super Mario Brothers, Contra, Castlevania. I mean, I can go down the line of I probably almost name every A-list game from Nintendo. That Nintendo. 39 years. And I'm about to be 36. So, I mean, it blows my mind when I saw that this morning. It was its birthday on the 18th. So, happy birthday, Nintendo. Lots of good years. Lots of good years. Lots of good memories with that thing. I still miss my Nintendo. I do. I mean, I can play them on my computer, but just having like the square controller, playing like our CRV TV and shit, eating some really shitty frozen pizzas and drinking some Mountain Dew. Back then we had Surge. We had Surge back then. And even Surge, I mean, I only was around for like half a year. And that was brought back. I was part of that. I was on that fucking Facebook page and Reddit page when somehow we got Coca-Cola to bring back Surge. It was us. And there was a news article about us. I'm not saying I was part of like another 10,000 people, but I'm still part of it. Yeah. And I love Surge. I remember it came out and I ran to the store and got like fucking 5 cans, man. I opened them up and it tasted just like 1997. All I needed was like Super Mario World. And a Game Boy would have been perfect. But yeah, so that's my 113 years. Let's say was like the normal cost of like bringing back a overturned book, like maybe like $1 or $2. I think last time I was at a library. It was just up the street. It was like 2 years ago. I got like a couple comics from there because they had a good comic selection. And I think one of them was overdue, and I think they only charged me like $2. And it's like 2 weeks overdue. Only reason why, because I let somebody else read it, and then I wanted to read it. So I was like, oh fuck, I pay the $2. And that keeps the libraries in business. I think we need more libraries. Books are very important things, and even if you read a book on your phone, as long as you're fucking reading something, it's always good. But books are I do like books. I have a little book collection over there. And I do read them here and there. But, I don't know, you know what time is, kids? Florida Man. I gave you guys that fucking, that easy 1 week because you guys took it through a horrible hurricane, and, I'm glad hope all you guys are doing okay down there. I don't hate you guys. I just don't like Florida. I will make fun of it. But, so, today we're going to talk about this man. His name is Joseph Malinowski. Very, very Polish. Or if you know him on TikTok or Kick or whatever, his name is Lieutenant Dan because he has one leg. And he lives in a boat. So, this man, Lieutenant Dan. So the thing about him, Lieutenant Dan. So this man, both hurricanes, because there was 2 hurricanes back to back in Florida. This dude sat in his fucking sailboat, and this is like a little dinghy broad sailboat, like a little one, like you probably shouldn't even be living on this damn thing. And he rode them out. There was one dude for a couple of days before the first hurricane. He's a Kick streamer. If you know what Kick is it's kind of like Twitch, except there's a bunch of idiots on there that like to just cause a racket. It's a lot of in real time live streamers. There's plenty of them. I'm trying to think of like Johnny Simone and all those idiots. They usually pretty much do illegal things to get clout and people give them money. And most of the time, people are literally watching them just to watch them get arrested. But that's not all kick streamers. Majority of them are. That's why I don't like doing like IRL streaming, because I think I don't want to be put up with those weirdos and losers. And plus, just on my thing, I'm doing more streaming for games, and I'm streaming like watching stupid videos. But I also don't like harassing other people. It's not fun. So this guy. So what happened was this man, Lieutenant Dan, Joseph, and was like, "Hey man, you need help. Like you live on a fucking boat, and we're about to have like a Category 4 hurricane. Like, next week it was like Category 5, which obviously went down to like a 4 because that's how it works in Florida." And a dude was totally cool. He's like, "No, I'm gonna stay on the boat, good." And the dude did, and he got a lot of screen time. Let's just say that. Like a lot of people were worried about him. Even the mayor of Tampa went to this guy's boat and begged him, like, "Look, we will buy you a fucking motel if you just evacuate your boat. This is a bad hurricane." And the guy said, "Nope, fuck you, I'm staying right here." And he did, and he survived it. So what happened was, one of the, I think it was one of the creators of Kick or something, wanted to give this man a $1 million deal and buy him a $100,000 boat, so he could sail around and live stream his like adventures on the boat, which would have been really fucking cool. That's one Kick. That's one stream I would probably watch, is watching dudes sail around the world on a boat. It'd be fucking cool. Well, what happened was, all this like his information started, coming out. Like the dude had past felonies and stuff, which we all make mistakes. That should never be. It should never be brought up unless you're still doing the dumb shit. And there was a video that he was live streaming on Kick. That was right after he got the deal. And you could hear in the back this other idiot with all face tattoos. I fucking hate people with face tattoos. You guys look like Notebook from high school. And half of the face tattoos are not even good looking. So, yeah, so you heard this guy outside the boat being like, "Hey, Lieutenant Dan, I got that gram. I'm going to tell you one thing. I'm a pot smoker. I like pot. Allegedly. Ain't no one buying a gram of weed anymore. No one's doing that, dude. Maybe like 10 years ago, yeah, I remember those days, but ain't no one going down to the store and buying a fucking gram of weed. I mean, I don't even think you can get a gram. I mean, shit, you can get like a fucking eighth for like $10 here and shit. So yeah, no, that it was some type of drug. And then his daughter, who again, we don't know if this is actually his daughter or not. It could be any jerk off saying that's his dad, and that he's like piece of shit, and just it's crazy. So what happened was they ended up taking his deal and giving it to the guy that actually found Lieutenant Dan, because all this shit started coming out, and then start finding out. He started to threaten the Kick streamer, or the Kick guy, the guy who owns Kick or started Kick and stuff, started to sue him because they weren't giving him the money for his boat, and they did a GoFundMe for like $40,000, and because this dude doesn't have a bank account, or like even like proof of like even a fucking citizen, they couldn't really give this guy money, so he had this guy sent the money to his friend who took the money out so he can give the guy $1,000 to hold him over until they were able to get him the full $40,000. And of course, there's some people saying, well, this guy's probably trying to rip off Lieutenant Dan and stuff. And which is not true. This guy seems like an outstanding person, and he literally goes around Tampa helping out like a lot of homeless people and people who are not, in the best state. So, I mean, the dude's a pretty outstanding dude. And, yeah, so this brings us to this article. So thank you for staying with me on this. So, Lieutenant Dan got arrested in Florida, which it's pretty easy to get arrested in Florida. I mean, you can drop a pen and somehow you get arrested in Florida. Florida is just known. Florida's known where you go there on vacation and you leave on probation. That's the saying from people in Florida. Anyone in Florida will tell you the same fucking thing. You go there on vacation, you leave on probation. So, no, I'm not planning on going to Florida. Only time you would get me to go there is literally visit my grandparents. And yeah, and they down by Daytona and shit. So, and I like the things I do like about Florida is the fucking flea market's amazing down there, and they're cheap as fuck. They actually have real flea markets here in LA. They call them flea markets. They're fucking craft shows. I literally been to like 3 flea markets. I think one of them was an actual fucking flea market. The rest of them was like people's art and stuff, which I have no problem with. Like, please sell your art. Like, I love supporting artists. I mean, shit like that. I love supporting artists. But call it what it is. Don't call it flea market. Flea market is you sell your fucking shit from your garage that you had in there for like 30 years. And you sell it for like $2. And some idiot like me buys it. So, but on to this. So, Lieutenant Dan got arrested. Kids. Joseph Malonsky, Lieutenant Dan, was arrested on Friday on multiple charges, including failing to plead in court. Tampa police said, yeah, you gotta have to go to court when I tell you to. It's not something you just don't do. Joseph, who gained internet fame because of his risky decision to ride out Hurricane Helen and Milton on his 20-foot sailboat, again, he's like a boonie, whatever you call them, was arrested on Friday on multiple charges, including failing to appear in court, Tampa Bay police said. Malowski, 54, known as Lieutenant Dan, was arrested on 2 counts, on 2 outstanding warrants for federal court, and a misdemeanor charge of trespassing in a city park after warning, police said in the statement. I mean, yeah, like trespass like during the night and stuff. I mean, that seems like a fucking charge they only give you because you're being annoying, and the guy was just going to let you go, but you were being annoying, so he would give you the most petty charge. It's kind of like people don't get fucking jaywalking tickets unless you're a dick to them, and they will give you a jaywalking ticket. It's like a written warning because it's too much paperwork. Officials warned Malowski on Thursday that he was creating a health hazard because he did not have the accessible marine sanitation device aboard his unregistered vessel and did not have record of proper disposal of waste. So he didn't have a bathroom on his boat, which makes sense. So this is Lieutenant Dan. Note why, they call him that. As his boat. So he was told to leave Friday. He was told to leave the Bear Shore Lanier Park and dock, but was still there Friday morning, police said. Lieutenant Dan was taken to the Hillsborough County Jail and his vessel was impounded, police said. He remained in jail as of Friday afternoon, according to faculty records. It is not clear if he had an attorney. Probably not. Usually during that time, they just give you any piece of shit attorney. If you can't, it's like that Lethal Weapon with Chris Rock. He's like, if you cannot afford your own attorney, we would give you the biggest piece of shit lawyer we can give you. Well, that's usually what happens, especially Florida, man. Manowski survived Hurricane Milton aboard his sailboat after capturing nation attention when TikTok creator Terrence Concannon posted a series of videos. That's the guy I was talking about who set up a GoFundMe, but now Lieutenant Dan's pissed off at him because he ended up getting the deal because they found out he was going to spend his money on drugs. It was pretty known that dude was a drug addict. And the guy from Kick was like, hey, man, if he can show us he can stay clean, we will do this for him. But he has to show it. And, of course, him probably not wanting to stay clean, decide, yeah, fuck that. Throw away like a fucking amazing deal. I wish somebody would do that for me. Do I have to sit on a boat and hopefully I don't, die in a hurricane. But yeah, that was Lieutenant Dan, everyone. He is arrested and now is in jail. So I wonder if it's gonna be the last time we ever hear from Lieutenant Dan. I highly doubt it. But being that I've been on the internet for almost a decade, well, longer decade, not making videos, but like just an avid user of the internet, I'd say we hear from this man when he gets out. I mean, especially like those charges are like, they're like, you stay there for like a month just to serve your time. I don't know much about jail, so I have no idea. But I'm guessing he'd be out here like a month. So, but that's it, guys. You were asking me this one question, Mike. What about my shitty food? I love it when you talk about shitty food. That, my children, is the video that I actually have uploaded. I have not put it out yet. It's only because I'm trying to find a thumbnail of me for my video, and it's not like the thumbnail of me reacting to Brian Sal's video with lasagna, dishwashing lasagna, or Osmond Gold's $2 steak. That's like that's the two thumbnails it gave me. I was like, I'm not going to put a picture of someone else on my thumbnail. So yeah, I got to like somehow take a picture of myself or make a thumbnail, something. So that will be out. That's going to be a whole episode of me talking shit about food. So, but you guys have a beautiful week. Stay safe, and I'll see you soon with another scary video, scary videos, and possibly another Silent Hill 2. I haven't done one because, I mean, the other two weren't really getting hit views or anything, so I was kind of like, I just play it by myself. But I might come back with it. I do want to do a video with Dragon Ball, the new one, because I'm still stuck at Vegeta. Still, that fucking, when he turned on the monkey, I'm with everyone else in the world. That is the hardest fucking shit to play. Why they amped up the fucking difficulty on that one? Because you're going against Raditz. Yeah, and then you go straight into Vegeta, and then you go into when Vegeta turns into the monkey. And it's impossible. I was like, dude, I played one fucking battle. I'm still trying to figure out how to play the game. And you throw this shit at me. Like, I would expect Freezer to be this hard. I would expect Cell to be this hard. I would definitely expect Boo. Majin Boo. Not fucking Vegeta. Not like 10 minutes into the fucking game. So, yeah, no, yeah. But you guys have a beautiful day, and I'll see you later. Ciao, guys.